The very first thing the woman did after being reborn was deliberately choose the red thread of a foolish man. Then, she immediately went to him and swore that in this life, she would marry only him. Meanwhile, her cunning sister, who was also choosing a groom at the same time, proudly selected Jing Haoye. But only the woman knew how painful her sister's future would be, because in her previous life, the woman herself had chosen Jing Haoye. Later, that man gains the throne, and the woman becomes queen. However, the sister who married the foolish man couldn't tolerate this, and on the day of the coronation, she disguised herself and suddenly attacked the woman with a knife, then took her own life. The woman fell to the ground, and the marks of old wounds became visible on her body. It was then revealed that Jing Haoye was actually a sick man who had only seen her as a toy to fulfill his desires, not as a wife. Maybe, for this reason, fate felt pity for the woman, and she returned on the same day when both sisters were supposed to choose a husband. This time, before the woman could make her choice, the cunning sister quickly selected Jing Haoye. That's when the woman realized that she too had been reborn. Without saying a word, she happily decided to live an ordinary life with the foolish man. But the woman did not know that the man everyone considered foolish was actually a heavenly emperor who had come from heaven. He had come to Earth to complete the last of his 81 challenges, the challenge of love. Once he truly felt love, his memory would return and he would go back to heaven. Soon, the wedding day arrived. Both sisters, dressed in red bridal outfits, were waiting for their husbands. Jing Haoye arrived proudly on horseback, but the foolish man came simply, carrying a small bouquet of flowers to take the woman. No dowry, no royal procession. Yet in his eyes, there was true love for the woman. He directly lifted his bride into his arms and said that with her, there was no need for a wedding palanquin. Meanwhile, Jing Haoye paid no attention to his wife. He didn't even send any servants to help her. The sister struggled to sit in the palanquin herself. On the other hand, the foolish man didn't know how to express his feelings, so he simply gave his special jade pendant to the woman. Seeing this, the woman remembered the painful life of her past birth, and her eyes filled with tears of happiness. As soon as a tear fell on the jade pendant, it glowed, and the man's memory returned. He immediately returned to his true form and said, "Just wait for me for 7 days. I will go to fairy heaven, finish my work, and come back." But in an instant, the entire 7 years passed. The woman's son grew up, yet the man never returned. In reality, he had forgotten that 1 day in heaven equals 1 year on Earth. By the time he remembered, it was already too late. The woman continued to face hardships alone with her son. Her sister came every day to humiliate her. Even the family sided with the sister, because in their eyes, the cunning sister was the lucky star of the house, while the woman was bad luck. So, they followed the cunning sister's words and tortured her and her son mercilessly. But they had no idea how big the punishment for this mistake would be. Now, what will happen next? To find out, like this video.